Are you looking for some new, fun, simple brain break activities for the classroom?
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, I am. Hello, welcome to the Harkla YouTube channel. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jessica. We are the Certified Occupational Therapy Assistants with Harkla, and we are so excited to talk to you today about how to use the Harkla dice and the sensory sticks for the classroom.
Just wanted to give you a quick reminder before we jump in today that we are doing a live webinar.
Free live
webinar all about primitive reflexes. This is our most popular free live webinar that we do. We're going to be doing another live event on March 24th at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You don't want to miss it.
Yes, if you can join us live, we will do a Q&A at the end. Always a really great time to answer your questions live. If you cannot join us live, that's okay. Still make sure you go register right now. The link is down below. But register because you will be emailed the recording and the free handouts after the live event.
This is a great opportunity to jump in and learn the basics about identifying primitive reflexes, and we're sharing a ton of fun, interactive ways that you can work on integrating them with your clients, with your child, or even for yourself.
Yep, and if you are an OT practitioner, you can earn continuing education units through AOTA after you watch the webinar and pass the post-test.
And they're free. So join us on March 24th. We'd love to have you there. If you haven't heard, we have some new amazing products that you can start implementing in the classroom setting in order to help students of all ages and ability meet their sensory needs and organize their nervous system.
These products are great for every classroom, even older ages, because every student has a sensory system and has specific sensory needs that need to be met in order for them to have better focus, attention, emotional regulation in the classroom.
You can also use these for more individualized sensory diet plans or brain break activities depending on the students in your classroom or the students on your caseload if you are a therapist.
So we're going to start with the sensory dice. Now there are 3 different dice, 3 different colors to designate the different types of activities on the dice. So the orange dice have more alerting sensory activities that can help wake the brain and the body up. The blue dice have more calming sensory activities that are great for regulating the nervous system. And then the green dice are more focus-based sensory activities that are great for just a quick brain break to refocus the brain when we get distracted.
So if you are looking for some ideas to really get those brains and bodies ready for the day, wake them up, we are going to start with rolling the dice. We're going to start with our alerting activities. We're going to roll it, see what the activity is, and we're going to do it with the entire class. And so you can see there's a variety of vestibular activities. There's a variety of tactile activities. We also have some just movement activities that get the head into different planes and positions to really wake up the nervous system. Once you've completed the wake up activity from the orange dice, then you're going to roll the blue die and you're going to do more of a grounding or regulating activity. So as you can see, they're more heavy work focused, more proprioceptive based in order to kind of organize the nervous system after we've woken it up with the orange die. Then we're going to roll the green die and it's going to help get that brain and body ready to focus. It's going to keep that organized nervous system in a regulated state in order to be able to participate in those classroom activities to the best of their ability. You can do those 3 activities that you roll 3 times through. You can do it just 1 time through depending on the time that you have.
Another way to incorporate the sensory dice into the classroom is to create a sensory break corner or area, designated area in the classroom, and have the dice there available for the students to use when they need it. This is going to require a little bit of prep ahead of time, teaching your students how to use the dice, maybe labeling them somehow so students remember which dice is for what, but allowing your students whenever they need a quick brain break to go over to the area, roll the dice that they need, whether they need to wake up or feel more calm and focused. They can take a quick 3 to 5 minute brain break with the dice and then come back to their seat.
The last way we're going to share with you today is to use these dice after transition. So after the class comes in from recess or lunch or a specials class, roll those dice and have them do one of each of the activities in order to bring their attention back to the task that is next on their list.
Yep. Now these are not the only only ways you can use the sensory dice. You can definitely create your own sequences, your own transitions with them, allow your students to create new ways to use the sensory dice. Those are just some ways to get started.
Now that you have an idea on how to use the dice, let's move on and talk a little bit more about the sensory sticks. So with our sticks, we have them color-coded similarly to the dice. The orange sticks are alerting, they're wake-up activities. The blue sticks are the calming or organizing activities. And then the purple are those reflex integration activities, which again can help organize that nervous system.
So the first way we want to get started using the sensory sticks is use them after a transition, kind of similar to what we talked about with the dice, but using the sensory sticks instead. Have the students pull 3 sensory sticks, 1 of each color, and complete that as a quick sensory break after a transition, starting with the orange, then the blue, and then finishing with one of the purple primitive reflex sticks.
The next way is after the class has been sitting for a while, they've done a great job getting their work done, and they're ready for a break, a movement break. We're going to pick, 3 to 5 sticks, and we're gonna set that up as a circuit. So we'll go through a quick example here. We're gonna randomly pick an orange one because we do the orange first. We're gonna start with cross crawls. All right, everyone is gonna do 10 cross crawls. Then we're going to pick that blue stick, visualization exercises. So we're going to close our eyes and we're going to visualize taking deep breaths and calming our nervous system and focusing on the task at hand. And then we're going to pick a purple stick and we're going to do a one-handed paper crumple. So we're going to go to the recycle bin and grab some recycled paper from the bin and we're going to crumple it with one hand. Then we're going to go back to the beginning and do cross crawls, some more visualization activities, and then we're going to crumple the paper with our opposite hand. So that's kind of the circuit that we mean, rotating through the items multiple times in order to achieve that optimal level of arousal.
Another way that you can use the sensory sticks is to target primitive reflex integration. And if you've watched any of our other videos on primitive reflexes and how they can affect learning in the classroom, you know this is very important. So what you can do is focus on one reflex each week. So maybe start with the Moro reflex, and you're going to pull out all of the purple sticks that target the Moro reflex, and you're going to incorporate those exercises into the classroom routine, maybe at the beginning of the class, after the lunchtime transition, and then before the end of the day. And you'll do that for a full week. And then the next week you pick a new reflex to target, maybe the TLR, the tonic labyrinthine reflex, and you'll do the same thing. So you're having the entire class do these primitive reflex integration exercises because you know how important that is for learning.
There you go. You have no excuse not to be implementing the sensory-based, primitive reflex-based activities into the classroom for every student. There's no excuse because we've made it simple for you. We've curated the perfect activities. They are simple. They don't require equipment. They are easy to implement. You've got it.
Yep. If you're ready to check them out and see if they're right for your classroom, we'll link them below.
If you have questions, if you have comments about anything, leave those in the comments below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with someone who could also learn about implementing these strategies, and make sure that you are subscribed and following us.
Yep. Make sure you also follow us on Instagram. We are at Harkla_family, as well as at All Things Sensory Podcast.
Don't forget, we do have a podcast, All Things Sensory by Harkla, and we share lots of additional information and ways that you can use our products there as well. You can find us on our own separate YouTube channel, as well as anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yep. All right. And with that, we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
I did not love that one.
Okay.
Get your students alive.
Alive and thriving.